The History of Philosophy, a Journey Through Human Thought. Philosophy begins with the most fundamental question: why? Why do we exist? What is the nature of reality? What makes a good life? Across centuries and civilizations, philosophers have sought answers to these questions, shaping the way we think about the world. Let's embark on a journey through the rich and fascinating history of philosophy. Ancient philosophy, the birth of thought. Our story begins in ancient Greece, the cradle of Western philosophy, around 600 BCE. The first philosophers, known as pre-Socratics, were less interested in gods and myths, and more curious about the nature of the universe. Thales, for instance, believed that water was the essence of all things, sparking a shift from mythological to rational explanations of the world. Socrates' student, Plato, took philosophy to new heights. Plato believed that the physical world was just a shadow of a perfect, eternal realm of forms. To him, the things we see, like a tree or a chair, are imperfect copies of their ideal forms. Plato's ideas on politics and education, especially in works like The Republic, still inspired debates about governance and justice. Plato's student Aristotle shifted the focus to the physical world. He was a scientist, logician, and philosopher who studied everything from biology to politics. His work laid the foundation for much of Western science and thought. Aristotle's belief in logic as the cornerstone of knowledge influenced thinkers for centuries. At the same time, in the East, great minds were shaping their own philosophical traditions. In China, Confucius emphasized the importance of ethics, family, and harmony in society. His teachings, collected in the Analects, provided a blueprint for personal and societal behavior. In India, Buddha asked profound questions about suffering and enlightenment, teaching that life's suffering could be overcome by following the Eightfold Path. Medieval philosophy, faith meets reason. As we move into the medieval era, philosophy took a spiritual turn. The fall of the Roman Empire saw the rise of Christianity in the West and Islam in the Middle East, shaping intellectual thought. Philosophers like St. Augustine blended Christian theology with Platonic ideas, pondering the nature of God, time, and the human soul. For Augustine, faith and reason worked together to reveal divine truth. In the Islamic world, philosophers like Avicenna and Averroes kept ancient Greek philosophy alive. They translated and expanded upon Aristotle and Plato, introducing their works to medieval Europe. Their contributions to science, medicine, and metaphysics bridged the gap between ancient and modern thought. During this time, Thomas Aquinas, a Dominican friar, sought to reconcile Christianity with the philosophy of Aristotle. His monumental work, Summa Theologica, argued that reason and faith were not enemies, but allies in understanding the universe and God's will. The Renaissance, a rebirth of ideas. By the 14th century, Europe was awakening from the so-called Dark Ages. The Renaissance marked a return to human-centered thinking, or humanism. This era celebrated art, science, and individual potential. Philosophers like Machiavelli turned their attention to politics and power, writing The Prince, a pragmatic guide on ruling that remains controversial to this day. Science also began to challenge traditional religious authority. Galileo and Copernicus questioned the geocentric view of the universe, igniting debates between faith and reason that would shape the modern world. The Enlightenment, the Age of Reason. The 17th and 18th centuries ushered in the Enlightenment, a period defined by reason, progress, and the pursuit of knowledge. Philosophers like René Descartes declared, "I think, therefore I am," emphasizing the importance of doubt and rational thought as the foundation of certainty. Descartes' ideas laid the groundwork for modern philosophy and science. John Locke, often called the father of liberalism, argued that human beings are born as blank slates, shaped by experience. His ideas about natural rights and government inspired revolutions in America and France. Meanwhile, Immanuel Kant wrestled with questions about morality and human understanding, developing the idea that our minds actively shape how we perceive the world. 19th century philosophy, revolution and reflection. The 19th century brought profound social and intellectual upheaval. Hegel introduced the idea that history progresses through a dialectical process, conflict leading to growth and change. This influenced Karl Marx, who developed his theories of class struggle and economic systems, sparking political revolutions worldwide. At the same time, Friedrich Nietzsche questioned traditional morality and religion, famously declaring, "God is dead." Nietzsche challenged individuals to create their own values in a world without inherent meaning, a radical idea that continues to provoke debate. In the East, philosophers like Swami Vivekananda introduced Indian spiritual traditions to the global stage, emphasizing unity and self-realization. 20th century philosophy, a world of ideas. The 20th century saw an explosion of diverse philosophical schools. Existentialists like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus explored themes of freedom, responsibility, and the absurdity of life. Sartre's famous assertion, "Existence precedes essence," encouraged individuals to define their own purpose. Meanwhile, analytic philosophy focused on logic and language, with figures like Bertrand Russell and Ludwig Wittgenstein exploring how we communicate meaning. At the same time, postmodernists like Michel Foucault and Simone de Beauvoir critiqued power structures, gender roles, and societal norms, inspiring movements for equality and social justice. Eastern philosophies like Zen Buddhism also gained popularity in the West, influencing perspectives on mindfulness, interconnectedness, and the nature of reality. Philosophy today. New frontiers today. Philosophy continues to evolve, addressing modern challenges like the ethics of artificial intelligence, environmental sustainability, and globalization. Thinkers blend ancient wisdom with contemporary issues, proving that philosophy is as relevant now as it was thousands of years ago. The history of philosophy is a testament to humanity's unending curiosity and desire for understanding. From ancient Greece to the modern world, philosophy has shaped our ideas about life, morality, and progress. It's not just about answering life's big questions, it's about learning to ask better ones. The journey of philosophy continues, inviting us all to think critically, question deeply, and explore endlessly.